Hey everyone, Andy with Andy's Auto Care Plus. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to talk about this graphene infused flex wax by Turtle Wax. A disclaimer, I did already put some on this car, but I did install it wet. We're going to talk about this just for a second and then we'll get straight into the install. It does say that your base coat right here, it says your base coat should be installed dry, but I used it as a drying aid just to see how it would work on this car. This car was absolutely riddled in water spotting. We did some water spot process removal, whatever. We don't need to go into that right now. That's for a different video. So I just used it as a basic drying aid. So I sprayed it on wet, used a drying towel and dried it just to see what it would do without any sort of base coat on it. So I was actually really, really impressed. So I figured I'd go ahead and do a video of installing it dry. Show you some of the cool little attributes of it. So I am not being paid for this by any means, okay? I went out, bought this product, saw it on the shelf, and I've seen one or two videos. I actually didn't even fully watch them. So basically, this is going to be a real life perspective, no bias or anything like that, because I use Bead Maker. That's my go-to when I'm doing any sort of sealant or anything like that, just because it's so versatile. But I do like some of the things that Turtle Wax has been doing lately with trying to really market towards a broader spectrum of people, the professional, the do-it-yourselfers. This is really going to be, in my opinion, probably more of a do-it-yourselfer product. So that's the way I'm going to be looking at it. Not necessarily knowing how much graphene or whatever is involved in this. I just want to see the kind of protection and water behavior and ease of install. The things that you would be looking at if you were just somebody off the street. So we're going to be using just straight Kirkland yellow towels. I am going to use a 2-towel method. Man, this car's still got quite a bit of water spotting on it, but it's so much better than it was, guys. So much better. So the way I'm going to do this, I'm not even going to look at, I kind of read the instructions earlier, but what I'm going to kind of do is I'm going to install it like I would do most spray sealants, which is the way I do that is make sure you're on your mist setting. Spray one little spray on the towel, 2 on the panel. It says 2 sprays per panel. So we're just going to install it this direction. We're going to actually, let's go ahead and cross-link it. Not that that's any sort of a big deal that whatsoever. And then I'm going to take my second towel and I'm just going to buff it off. I'm not putting really any pressure on the car, just a real light. So one thing, so when it hits the glass, it just doesn't seem to want to apply to glass as well as it does paint. But there's zero streaking from what I'm seeing. And the other benefit from what I'm seeing is this stuff is really, really slick, especially for a vehicle that still has some water etching and stuff on it. It's a very slick coating. So it almost feels like a freshly polished car, if I had to say. I did clay bar it, so I mean that's some of that. But it seems like it's a very, very slick surface, very easy install. Let's put some here. I'm not going to overdo it now that I already got some on the towel. It's hard to tell how much gloss it's actually adding to this car because this paint was very dull looking because of how much water spotting was on it. But with that being said, I can see a very big improvement. It's a little streaky on the glass from what I'm seeing, but I'm going to install it on the glass here in just a second. Easy install though, and it's very, very slick. I wonder if you can multiple coat this. We're just going to go just on the towel and install it on this glass. See how it reacts. I know you guys are just watching me install this, wondering what the heck's going on. I'll bring you guys in and kind of show you here in just a second. It's just this paint is probably not a very good example just because it was pretty bad. Okay, so it does wipe up off the glass pretty well. I'm going to bring you guys in a little closer. All right, so as far as on the glass goes, pretty easy to install on glass too. You can see it's almost like an oily residue is the way that looks when it's on there. I don't know if that's necessarily a good or a bad thing, but it does come right off. So I could see that potentially being a streaking issue, but I'll do some more testing, maybe even make another video into some direct sunlight if we ever get any here in the Pacific Northwest, which is rare. So this is really going to be a first impressions video as far as that goes. Look at some of the slickness of it. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so one of the things I want to see as far as water behavior goes, and I know it hasn't fully cured for 24 hours. Sorry about the shaky camera, by the way. But I'm just going to go ahead and check it, see what the instant. This isn't the best way to tell, but I should have showed you the before picture of this, or before video. Actually, I think I do have some video. I'll try to cut that in. And the water on this car, there was zero protection on this car. The water just sat there completely flat, zero protection, like I said. And that's why the water spotting became so bad on this car. Let's see how it works on the glass. So we definitely got a little bit of water behavior on there. That other side was only a wet application. This was a dry application. You can see it actually is coming off this side a lot faster. Hopefully that's showing up on camera. That was just the wet application on that side. This was the dry application on this side. You can definitely tell the difference. It's definitely drying quite a bit faster on that right side of the screen. See if I can get any water to sit on here. And then I'm going to use a leaf blower and work on that. Okay, that works pretty good. So it's not as great on the glass, 100% can tell right now. It's not as good on the glass because it just doesn't bead the water off like some products might, but it does seem really, really good for paint. I would always recommend that you prep the surface properly, clay the paint at least, do some polishing if needed, all those different things. I don't want to get into it too much. I just wanted to show you my first impressions of this product because I am new to this product. If there is something I'm doing wrong or a different way to apply this that you guys have found little tips and tricks of it, leave me a comment down below and I'll try it out that way. I do want to do some more testing with this. I'm not a huge graphene person as far as that goes. I'm really just not. I think it's not necessarily gimmicky, but I don't know. I just haven't been that impressed with the graphene products that I've tried so far. I've tried a graphene coating, and it really wasn't that great, to be honest. And I'm not going to mention what it was just because I don't like to talk trash about a product or anything like that. I'm not going to talk trash about it. If I don't like it, I just don't use it. And then I just move along. There's no point in bashing any companies or anything like that. Turtle Wax, I've been very impressed. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I've been very impressed with some of their newer redefined products, I would say. I like what they're doing. So I think that there's a really good market for this stuff. It is a little spendy, I would say, but you know, that's just part of it. Everything's kind of expensive right now. Right now I'm rambling. I'm sorry about that. If you are still watching the video, I appreciate you all. Thanks for watching. I will put this through a little bit more testing, see how durable it is and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. We'll catch you guys on the next video. Don't forget to like it and subscribe. Click that bell for notifications so you get notified every time I drop a new video. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.